Welcome to Biblical Mysteries. Today we're diving into an ancient story with powerful meaning for today. The story of Cyrus, the Persian king who conquered Babylon and set Israel free, holds hidden symbolism for Christians. Babylon in biblical prophecy goes beyond a literal city. In Revelation, Babylon symbolizes a global system of confusion, moral compromise, and opposition to God, a system that entraps people and obscures divine truth. Ancient Babylon was a wealthy city on the Euphrates River. She conquered Jerusalem under Nebuchadnezzar in 586 BC, destroying the temple and exiling the Israelites. 2 Kings 25. For Israel, Babylon embodied a defiant world power against God's authority. Isaiah prophesied Babylon's fate. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Your nakedness shall be uncovered, and your shame shall be seen." Isaiah 47:1-3. In Jeremiah 51:63-64, the prophet symbolically throws a scroll into the Euphrates, declaring Babylon's destruction. "Thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise." This prophecy was fulfilled when Cyrus the Persian conquered Babylon by diverting the Euphrates and leading his army through the riverbed. His conquest liberated Israel, fulfilling Jeremiah 25:11-12, which foretold Israel's return after 70 years. In Revelation, Babylon reappears as a symbol. Here, Babylon is a metaphor for a system of spiritual confusion, moral corruption, and opposition to God. Babylon is described as a great city and prostitute who seduces nations with immorality and wealth. Revelation 17:1-2. Babylon sits on many waters, symbolizing peoples, multitudes, nations, and languages. Revelation 17:15, showing her global influence that pulls all nations away from God. Revelation 17:4-5 paints this symbolic Babylon. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold and jewels and pearls, holding a golden cup full of abominations, Babylon the Great, mother of prostitutes and of earth's abominations. Revelation urgently calls for God's people to come out of Babylon, reflecting the call to Israelites to leave Babylon after Cyrus's conquest. God's people must reject the values and systems of spiritual Babylon, such as worldliness and false teachings. In Revelation 18:4-5, this command is clear. "Come out of her, my people, lest you take part in her sins, for her sins are heaped high as heaven." This passage echoes Jeremiah 51:6. "Flee from the midst of Babylon. Be not cut off in her punishment." Just as Israel was commanded to leave literal Babylon, Christians are urged to abandon end-time Babylon's allurements to avoid its judgment. In Revelation, Babylon's fall represents final judgment on a world system opposed to God. Historically, Babylon's fall was accomplished by Cyrus, God's shepherd, Isaiah 44:28, and anointed, Isaiah 45:1. Cyrus's conquest foreshadows Christ's ultimate victory over all forces opposing God. The drying up of the Euphrates in Revelation 16:12 symbolizes the end of Babylon's influence. As people recognize Babylon's true nature, they abandon their allegiance, causing its downfall, much like Cyrus's diversion of the Euphrates. Revelation 18:2 declares Babylon's judgment. "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling place for demons." Jeremiah 51:37 prophesied the literal city's ruin. "Babylon shall become a heap of ruins, a horror and a hissing without inhabitant." This foretells the ultimate judgment of end-time Babylon. In Revelation 16:12, the kings from the east prepare to enter Babylon after the Euphrates dries up. Historically, Cyrus, the king from the east, conquered Babylon. Revelation's symbolic language portrays these kings from the east as representing divine intervention, Christ's second coming. Christ, the Son of Righteousness, will come and overthrow spiritual Babylon, deliver his people, and establish his kingdom. Revelation 16:12 says, "The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, to prepare the way for the kings from the east." Jesus describes his coming as lightning coming from the east, Matthew 24:27. Isaiah speaks of Cyrus as God's chosen. "I will raise up Cyrus. He will rebuild my city and set my exiles free," Isaiah 45:13. Christ fulfills this role, breaking Babylon's hold on humanity. Just as ancient Babylon was center of power, wealth, and religious confusion fell, the spiritual forces against God and his people will be destroyed. Revelation's call to come out of Babylon is a call to reject these values, stand for truth, and prepare for Christ's coming. Revelation 19:1-2 celebrates Babylon's defeat. "Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and power to our God. For true and righteous are his judgments. For he hath judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets, and of saints, and of all that were slain upon the earth." Revelation 18:23-24. In this final vision, Babylon's collapse is complete, and God's kingdom triumphs over rebellion and deception. This victory ends Babylon's influence and the beginning of a new era where God's truth and justice reign forever. In this struggle between God's people and the oppressive system of Babylon, we see a parallel to Galatians 4:29, which states, "But as he who was born according to the flesh persecuted him who was born according to the Spirit, even so it is now." Thanks for joining us on this journey. Babylon's fall is a reminder of the freedom and victory that awaits believers. If this video gave you new insights or inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.